Without any hesitation, we must get heavy. I want to show you 2 routines, heavy bass music routines, so that you can just load up Serum 2, practice this routine, get really good at making something heavy and, dynamic, something that you can change over and over again to make a lot of different basses. It's important you do this because you can expand from here and become a great sound designer. Load up Serum 2, or as I like to say, Serum 2. We want to start with a clean wavetable. So we're already on default shapes, just change it to wavetable position 2 to the sine wave. And this is just a sub. Okay. This is just a sub. I'm at C0 now. You might not be able to hear it. We're going to turn up PD from B. I'm going to turn it up to like 50%. Turn on oscillator B and turn the level all the way down. This is the first step. Now, we're also going to turn down the first level. We're going to add LFO1 to this level. And now we're going to start to shape out this sound. So right now we can only hear both of them together. If you turned up this level, you could technically hear both of them at the same time, but we want to keep it simple. We just want to keep this level all the way down, this level all the way down, and add LFO1 to this. You can change PD from B. Right now, this saw is going into this sine. It's pretty basic. So we're going to do any of these in spectral. You can use these right and left arrows to scrub through them. And most importantly, we're going to change wavetable position placement constantly as we go through these. It's really important that we listen to all these different shapes because there's like an infinite amount of basses. Let me show you. By the way, I'm holding D0. So you can get in this range quickly. Add a compressor right away. Get used to just, giving it a little bit of gain. We'll do like 9. And also keep in mind, everything's in the middle. It's mono right now, so it's very basic. We're going to add width and information on the sides later. I can scrub through these. And it's up to my ears and what I like on finding a spot that's cool. When you're making a song, and let's say you have multiple patches, then you'll kind of guide sounds based on frequency. Like, I just want a high frequency bass, or maybe just a low mid. You can kind of do that. But for now, you can just make whatever you want and have fun and flow. You can do all that layering later. Very important, we add movement. So LFO1 goes on this wavetable position to start moving. Too much movement sounds gargly and fucked up. So we're going to do slight movement. Can you do a little less if you want? I like that spot. If I want to add any warp modes, I can to further change it, like any of these alternate warps or distortions. And you can see it starts to change even more. So let's say I liked something in here, I can use it, and I can also make this move too. Lots of different combinations. The options start to stack up. Now the LFO you can change however you want, but a lot of common shapes are these shapes that we're using right now. And a lot of common speeds are like bar, half, fourth, eighth. And then triplets, we use eighth triplets a lot, and then fourth quarter triplets a lot, 1/4. Those are the gangster triplets, so you want to use those for show. Randoms you can turn all the way down as well, just so that it stays consistent every time we play it over and over again. We're in Serum 2, so let's use another oscillator. Turn on PD from C, turn this up around like 20 to 50 usually is what I'm choosing. If I go too high, it gets a little harsh, but you can go high. Doesn't matter. Whatever sounds good. We're going to turn this level down, add another spectral. So randomly picking one, moving PD from C now. Moving the wavetable position. And changing the wavetables. I like that. So I'll just find little areas that I like. I'll add a little bit of movement because we want to add as much movement as possible to as many knobs, basically. Sounds a little darker. That's cool. I'll turn it back down to 1/4. Filter goes on. Main filter I like to use is the high notch 12, but you can also use the band notch or the band pass, the notch, and the high pass and the low pass. But this high notch, we have two knobs, this frequency knob, which creates this notch here, and this cutoff knob. We're going to turn the cutoff over here so that the lows are being played, and then we're going to like cut the lows. So this LFO goes on the cutoff. We're turning it up 30%. We can even go up higher. I'll do 21. I'm just going by ear. I'll add a little bit to the resonance. A little to the drive. And then this frequency knob, we're going to add the LFO, but go backwards to kind of touch the other movement. Yeah, so basically like that, we can move this however we want. It's pretty sensitive at this point. That's a pretty classic dubstep sound right there. We want to add like maybe a phaser and hyperdimension. Phaser can add some movement and some width. Listen to this. So mix will probably go to like 60. Frequency we can kind of turn down. Do a little bit less mix, probably 35. And then add this hyper to start making it wider. About 30%. This is how fast you can get some basses. Remember, you just change these two wavetables or the wavetable positions, and you're in bass making zone. Like that. And then use your undo if you need to undo. So when you're like playing your track and you have one bass play, you could just duplicate this Serum, slightly change one knob, and all of a sudden you have a brand new bass, and they're in a family as well. This comes real fun, real easy. This isn't loud enough though. If I add the Swiss Army meter, you can see it's pretty quiet. So this is at -14 lefts at the bottom. I'm repeating it, trying to get it to peak, so it's peaking at -11. We want to be at like -5. We want to be a lot louder. So I have a loud rack that I've saved, which you guys need to do too. OTT and saturator are the main things we use here. So first, OTT at 6 dB, 81%. This amount I'll be changing. So sometimes I'll put it like 20 or 50, depending on what it sounds like, because every sound is different. So we adjust these knobs differently. Saturator at 5 dB, dry and wet's at 100. We had another OTT and another saturator, 6 dB, 76%, 6 dB drive here. You can turn these off because we could just use the first two for now. We have an EQ8. We won't need this compressor. We'll turn that off. And then we have a clipper at the end. It's also doing a little bit of gain boost. We can turn that down. This EQ8 boosting wherever we need to. So if we need to boost the highs, we'll do that. If we need to boost the lows, we'll do that depending on how it sounds. But this is how your loud rack should look, you know, at least OTT saturator. You can add multiple OTTs, which we'll probably do, and multiple saturators. Just want to check it out as is. There's -11 before the loud rack. After, we're at -8, we can turn on this OTT. We can boost the output to like 12 and turn the amount to like 30. Sounds like it's changing. So I'm going to turn this random all the way down, like we mentioned earlier. We don't want it to change every time I play it. So at -8, we're going to turn the saturator on. It's boosting. I'm going to turn the dry and wet down. Now we're coming at about -6 lefts, clean gain. The sub that's in here is very weak, so I can boost this if I want. I can even compress this again with the OTT VST and really push it So like we kind of finished it there, but if you really want to push it heavily, you can compress it more. You can turn this downward down. Now we're about -4, -3, really pushing it. Turn the time up if you want, and you can mix it with this depth knob. This is like the dry and wet. So that's full blast. That's no OTT. So there's a big difference here. You see 3 OTTs that we're using. I do 69 naturally. So this is a quick, easy loud rack. We're probably going to use this loud rack again. When you want to save it, you can hit this save button. You won't see it until you group it. So select all the effects, hit Command G to group it, and you'll get this. Hit the little floppy disk and rename it to what you need. This one's Dripment Loud 420 for sure. This will be in my Patreon. All the Serum presets that I'm making here will also be in my Patreon, and you can get full projects there too. So support me there, get the goods. Let's move on to the next routine. I usually would like to actually add the loud rack to this too. So we'll just copy this, paste it here, load up a brand new Serum 2, and I'll copy the MIDI information here. Might as well D0. Now, when you're making basses, you can also use filters. Comb filter specifically is amazing. It has metallic tones, and we kind of want to use those. Turn the level all the way down, add the LFO to the level. That's your first start. We're going to change it to sine wave, oscillator B, and we'll just keep this one simple. Just use 2 oscillators. Turn the level all the way down, turn on PD from B. It's the normal setup. You can pick any of those spots. I like the lower mids. I'll change the wavetable position and the wavetables. I'm imagining it in my head like being all at the crater or something. You know, I'm trying to find frequencies that sound cool. I like this. So with this filter, we can go into band pass. You see, we're removing a lot of the frequencies with this one. We can turn the resonance up and the drive up a little. And we're kind of highlighting frequency sections. I like this frequency section. I'll use the LFO to add a little movement in this section. This frequency knob is another one that I can move. So I can move it up, add the LFO to it, and have it go backwards if I want. It's kind of getting some formants and some vowels starting to form. It's talking more. Randoms need to be turned down. Remember, you can mess with this rate however you want. Always turn on triplets, I recommend. Let's go to the effects section. We already have our loud rack, but we still want some compression here. We do want some width, so we'll add some hyper. We can then add distortion. And lastly, the filter. So you can use the combs filter here too in miscellaneous combs. And in the effects section, we have another filter section, and we're going to choose miscellaneous combs. The cutoff is very sensitive. The resonance in the drive will turn up a little bit to activate it a little bit more. And we'll move the cutoff left and right. Pick a spot and listen. So I have lots of nice spots over towards the left side. The right side's a little different. You can see right here, there's not those formants, those resonant peaks here. So it's not as crazy, but now you start to see them here as we go over here. When you automate this, it doesn't work as well. So I tend to stay away from that, but I have seen it used before if you can finagle it. But I like to choose a spot like this. Even if you want, you just add a macro, be like, all right, these are good sections. You can move your macro like this, and you can call this the comb changer or whatever. Now we move this knob, and all of a sudden it's moving through this little section here. Now we got a comb bass maker. You know what it is. I just want to show you some fast, heavy bass music routines, 2 Serum routines that you can practice. And after you get them down, you're going to learn a lot. And then you can move on to your next routines. Be able to make any bass that you want. It's infinite. Have fun. Keep it real. Hit me up if you need anything. I do private lessons every day, so I got your back. And don't forget, make them bangers. See you soon. Peace.